Hey FlossTube, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh back on the 3rd of January 2024 with my WIP Parade, almost as at the end of 2023, but I did work on one project the last couple of days, so slightly not as at the 31st of December, but that's okay. I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, bonus video for you. Hopefully going to whip through these pretty quickly, just to give you a quick update on where things are at and any goals. If I remember, I'll mention what I thought I might get done in 2023, and we obviously I didn't achieve all of them, or maybe not obviously, but I didn't achieve all of them. They're in no particular order. Some you saw very recently, some you haven't really seen at all because I haven't worked on them all year. Well, hopefully we'll remedy that this year. Yeah, we'll just get cracking onto it. Yeah, straight away. Okay, no particular order. First off the pile is the Elf Forest Embroidery Southern Land, which I did stitch on a little bit in December. This is on 32 count flax linen from Zweigart using my own conversion, and this was a 50 at 50. I had hoped, I had a loose goal to finish it last year. I didn't, but I definitely want to finish it this year. It doesn't have a lot to go. So here's where we're at, for where I picked up a little bit and did this little bit of blue across here in December when I was the Jingle Ball weekend. Yeah, and yeah, not that much to go. I really just need to get this finished, so it'll probably get picked up relatively soon. Next up is one of my sampler starts from August and September. The antique, I'll show you the picture first. The antique alphabet band sampler, the long version, not the biggest version, from Vivsters, and I am stitching this on 35 count shortbread linen from Country Stitch using my own silk conversion, and I want to finish it this year. I'm probably about 20% done, and I'd like to finish it this year. The next band brings in a little bit of green, so it'll be nice to get another colour in there, but I'm liking how it's looking, and I'm quite keen to pick that up. I'm keen to pick them all up, really. Next up, we've got Moroccan Sampler from Cliffside Stitches. I had put down to finish this last year. It's a big one, I had no hope in hell. So once I realised I wasn't going to get anywhere near it, I kind of concentrated on a few other things. This is on 36 count persimmon linen from Fibre on a Whim using my own DMC conversion. So I modified it to look a bit more like the colours of some pottery and stuff that I've got from Morocco. And here's where we're at with that. So probably about probably close to a third done. That's where we're at now. So again, I'd like to finish it this year. Next up, we've got one of my sampler starts from Black Sampler November. It's called Black Sampler, and it, not a great printout, stitches through the years. It was a freebie design. I'm stitching this on 40 count parchment linen from Country Stitch using Güttermann Silk Black, which is 000, and yeah, I only got a wee start on this. So I'll definitely finish this one. It's not a big sampler, I just didn't pick it up again once I got that wee start. Next up, Under the Red Blues, another one of my sampler starts, and this is from Isabelle Harcourt-Vautier I'm stitching this on 40 count Kauri linen from Country Stitch using Gentle Arts Claret, and she's a big in. What did I reckon I was at? Probably like a 10th. I don't intend to finish this year because it's a big piece of fabric and that's all I've done. I don't know what year I'll finish it, which is why I haven't completed the year down the bottom, but it was easier to get 22 in so I could count across. So yeah, I'll work towards halfway. But yeah, I just know that was not going to get finished this year because I've got a lot I want to finish. Next up, another stash sampler start is Keslyn's Cross Stitch Fun. I'm doing a colourful version, not identical to this, but inspired by this, but using my own palette. This is on 40 count Copper Beech from Country Stitch. I love Copper Beech, it's one of my faves. And I'm using my own DMC. Well, it's DMC and overdyed. So what have I got? DMC SILKS4U, Victorian Motto Sampler Shop. Yeah, quite a lot really. So last time I showed you this, I had just started to put some of the fillers in with some of the other, well, one other colour. Yeah, that colour is going to be a bit more prominent. Some of the sort of geometric designs within will be that variegated DMC. And that's where we're at with that. The SILKS4U is this colour all around the outside. Also, I don't expect to finish that one this year because she's a big one, so I'll just plug away at it. Motif here and there. Another stash sampler start is Remember Me from Teresa Kogut. And this one I am stitching on 36 count weathered linen from number 12 Stitch Co. using mostly the call for DMC. I've tweaked a couple of the colours, I think, and I had a good start on this when I did start it, and my intention will be to finish this one. Most of my samplers I want to finish this year. Next up, we've got Hiim Jardine 1933 from Hands Across the Sea, one of the little gems. This was originally a kind of gift with purchase through Traditional Stitches with Anne Morrison, I think. But then it was released this year, and a bunch of us here in New Zealand started as a sal. It's on 36 count Riverstone linen from Country Stitch using my a variation of the called for DMC, and I am also changing the heck out of it. So it's getting heavily personalised and different motifs and bits and pieces to eventually give to my niece. So here's where we're at with that. So I'm probably about close to 70% done. I only stitch on this on the 1st of the month, just because that's when we started it, and but I don't stitch on it every month because sometimes the 1st of the month is not a great opportunity. Doesn't fit with my timetable and stuff. Next up, another stash sampler start, Stone Stitch. I struggle with this. Stone Street Stitchworks. A reproduction sampler, Francis Sweetlove 1827. This is on 40 count Oyster from Country Stitch using a bunch of my own colours. It's my own overdyed cotton conversion. There's, I can't remember, 3 or 4. I think I'm using 4 colours or 3. I think I'm using 3 or 4 colours. I don't remember. I'm doing this, also I'm modifying it in sort of memory of my paternal grandmother. So I've already put her name and place of birth and date of birth in there. So we're probably about maybe 15%. I would like to finish this year, but it's a stretch goal. We'll see. We saw this the other week, Crowns of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor. which I'm doing a lovely lengthy sale with Suzie Lambert here in New Zealand, and this is on 32 count antique white linen from Zweigart using the called for Petite Treasure Braids. This was a 50 at 50 start and started on the Memorial Day for Queen Elizabeth II here in New Zealand. Again, I'm a little over 50%, probably getting close to 60% done, and she's sparkly, and I'm going to do something in the middle probably for her 70-year reign. That would be QE2, not Susie's. I'm going to work towards finishing this in 2024. It'll be close if I don't quite get there. This one will definitely be finished because I'm very close. You saw this last week as well, The Long Way Home from Tempting Tangles Designs, which has been stitched on 36 count Arctic Glacier from Seraphim Fabrics, and I'm using my own silk conversion. And I'm nearly at the top, a few houses and a couple of motifs to go, and then we'll be done. So I do have a nice wodge of fabric that will get cut off and used for something else, but I'm just not going to cut it till I get to the top because I'm close enough, and I'm really happy with this. So yeah, that one will be finished. I'll probably pick that up and try and finish it soonish. Here's one you haven't seen. I'm not sure. I don't love my fabric, so I'm just thinking about whether I restart it. But anyway, Teresa Wentz Fall. I eventually want to do all the carousel horses, but things keep getting in the way. I am stitching this as called for on 32 count cream linen, using all the called for DMC and stuff. It was a early start in my 50 and 50 in 2022. I picked it up a couple of times. I think I did a tiny little bit on it really early last year, and then I picked it up again. I was going to stitch on it in October, and I don't know, I wasn't in the mood, but also thinking about changing it to 25 count Lugana because I've stitched my other Teresa Wentz's on 25 count Lugana, and I just have this thing where I'm like, I want them the same. I don't know, it's just been a bit of time out while I decide. I probably won't, but at the moment, yeah. Hopefully I'll give it a little bit of love this year, or I'll restart it. I don't know. It's almost a bit UFO-y at the moment, just because I'm not convinced about the linen. Next up, another one I'd like to finish, but it is a bit ambitious given I've got so much to finish, is Sunrise by Rosewood Manor. I love this so much. It's my brightest piece. This is on 32 count, the called for 32 count Bridget linen from Fabrics by Stephanie, and using all the called for weeks dry works. There's a bunch in here, and of course it's on 32 count, so it's 2 strands over 2, and I love it so much. That's where we're at. What would that be? Probably about close to 20%, maybe 15% done. So I'll work away on that, band at a time. I don't know if I'll finish that one, but apologies if you can hear banging. I don't know what's going on. People. I mean, I'm on holiday, but it is a work day for most people because it's not a public holiday today. Next up, I have to keep going even if it's banging, is Herbie Dragons from Modern Folk Embroidery. And I did think I might finish this in 2024, but I didn't. So hopefully, I did hope to finish it in 2023, but I didn't. So I hope to finish it in 2024. This and the companion Herbie Lions, when I get to it, will be stitched on 36 count parchment linen from Fibre on a Whim, and Dragons is using Threadworks 1043, and I chose fabric and my sister chose the floss when we were in, I can't remember the name of the shop, All Threads is it, in Brisbane. So this was a 50 at 50 start near the end of the year. I'm at the top there. I'm just working on the border. And then once I get the border in, it's probably close to 100. It's probably close to 50%. So a lot of stitches in that border because it's sort of a CC stitch, and well, kind of like a CC. It's not back stitch, but it's the negative. So that will be fun to get that finished this year. Another stash sampler start is the TGA Black Works, Red Work sampler from Just Stitching Along, and this has been modified by me to eventually put my initials in. I've already charted them. I just have to fiddle around with it a little bit because I have a little bit more room, so I might need to add something, another motif in there, and to get my motif book out. That's what it's great for. This is on 35 count shortbread linen from Country Stitch. You'll see I use a lot of Country Stitch fabrics. She's our local dyer here in New Zealand, but in Wellington, and her linens are fabulous, and I have plenty from her, but I recommend her fabrics for sure. I'm using my own conversion, own overdyes, just some random stuff. Not necessarily stitching the same colours. What am I trying to say? Where I've picked various reds, I think I picked a couple of extra reds. Partly because I've had enough, and I'm just stitching them where I feel like it. There is actually a counting error in the border somewhere, but I made it work. It did help that the border does have a couple of these kind of wonky edges, like where they're not the same length, and that's charted. Somehow I stuffed it up somewhere and I added one in, but it kind of adds to the charm. So that is that one. I would like to finish this in 2024. Next one, I have intended to finish both in 2022 and in 2023. It is my oldest WIP, and I love it, but I just don't think about it. And then I pick it up and I stitch quite a bit, and then I put it away and forget about it again. I don't have a mock-up of it. Save the Stitches from Liz Armand from Black Work Journey. It's a freebie. It was originally a stitch along, so it's in 24 parts. She's a big one. On 28 count antique white Lugana with DMC Pearl 12 and 310, Diamond Metallics and gold, copper and pewter, and matching Mill Hill beads. So yeah, this was started 1st of January 21, and I love it. And I'm about, I can't remember how many parts I've done now. Yeah, so I got all of this bits done this year, which is not that much, but Leigh, get your shit together and finish it. But I'm not going to promise to finish it because who knows. I meant this year, but I will hopefully get a good wodge of it done. But you know, it's not like I don't do a heap of stitching, right? Too many WIPs. Okay, this one I don't think I stitched on this year at all. I don't remember. Heaven Earth Designs is my one Hage. Mystic Moments 1, and I've been stitching just down here in the background. I'm ready to get into some colour, and then I just didn't pick it up. So this is my second oldest WIP. It's on 20 count Ada, using all the call for DMC. It was a start and then a restart because I hated the fabric I picked originally. And here's where we're at, some fantastic border. So I'm ready to get into some colour down here. Yay for Pattern Keeper because the confetti's about to start. So I do want to work away at this. I had a loose goal of getting to 10%. I think I'm at about 7% or something. It's on Pattern Keeper. So I didn't really have, and I just didn't even pick it up, so whatever. When I set goals, I'm very unlikely to actually achieve them, so maybe I should have said I'm not going to finish any of these and it'll be done. Next up, another one that I wanted to get to 20% or 50%. I think I wanted to get to 50%. I didn't. And I really want to get do at least 50% of this year, is my Long Dog Samplers Quinto Cuto, the pointed fifth. This is on 36 count Edinburgh linen, again in Copper Beech, one of my favourite colours from Country Stitch, using SILKS4U. It was a 50 at 50 start, and I love it, and I did a little bit this year, but yeah, that's just where we're at with that. I love those caramelly colours with the charcoal and the grey. Such a nice grey. And then you've seen this recently as well, Prairie Moon, the red and the black too. This was a stash sampler start. I want to finish this year. 36 count grandpa sleeve by XJu Designs, using SILKS4U and Victorian Motto Sampler Shop red, and that's where we're at with that one. So a little over probably 40% done. And last but not least, I'm not showing you things that I've previously UFO'd. There have been a couple of UFOs in the last year, but I'm just showing you what I've got. So the Common Thread 2 was another stash sampler start. This is from Jeanette Douglas Designs on 32 count cream linen, using my own silk conversion, so silks from stash, bunch of silks, mostly SILKS4U, but some other bits and pieces that I had, and my own beads, just in charms. So the whole thing is kitted up from stash, so it won't look the same. Mine's gonna be a little brighter than these. This is a little more autumnal, wintry. Mine's a little brighter just because that's what I have. Now this one I have stitched on this year, so you're getting a preview on my floss tube this Sunday. Since you last, I might put the card behind it. Since you last saw it, I've stitched that middle piece, so the willow tree and this white work section, and then this little section here of specialty stitches, these sort of road stitches and little leaf, half leaf stitches, and then I've actually put little beads in. So I know I've got to put it back in the hoop and stuff, but I wanted to finish each section. There is a little charm goes in here, but I will add the charms at the end. Can't remember what charm goes where, but yeah, I'm really happy with how that came out. So next time I pick this up, we'll be working over here. So this one's cross stitch, and then these are various budge yellow and four-sided stitch and stuff. So yeah, so that one has had a little bit of love. That was probably the only stash sampler start project that I hadn't picked up again for a second round. So yeah, I got a little bit more work on that one. So yeah, a little bit of that. That's sort of all I've stitched on. That in 2024, that was a WIP from 2023. So that's it. That wasn't too bad. That's I can't remember, 24-ish maybe, give or take. That's where we're at. So quite a few of them I want to finish. There's probably 5 in there that I don't expect to finish. So let's say at least 15, aiming, so yeah, at least 15, aiming for maybe 18 or 19 to get finished in 2024. I did finish 50 things in 2023, or close to 50 things, you saw that. There was a bunch of little things in that though, so there is quite a lot of stitching to go in some of those samplers. But I think I'll probably just pick one and work on it until I get sick of it. I won't necessarily work on it until completed. and then kind of cycle through them, and then throw in a couple of fun things here and there when I go a bit nuts. But I'm quite keen to get a few finishes under my belt. And I think I talked previously, I do want to start things. I'm not going to not start things, but I'm going to try and, you know, finish 2, on average, finish 2 samplers. They're mostly samplers after all. And then allow myself a new start. I definitely want to start another Carolyn Manning shooting star. I want to start, I've got a couple of Nora Corbetts I'd like to start. I have 44 projects kitted up that could be started, so we're not wanting for any starts yet. I'll have a birthday start, so we're probably going to go up before we go down. I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully I don't have to take too long to edit this. I'm going to probably get through most of it without much editing, which would be really good. I've seen some massive WIP parades out there, like 2.5 hours, and someone, I think I can't remember who it was it I saw someone saying they couldn't get the 4-hour video to go up. I'm like, I don't have time to do a 4-hour video. So yeah, take care, and I will see you on Sunday with a regular floss tube. Until then, have fun stitching, enjoy this first week of the new year, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.